We are your grandparents.
Yes.
I'm Mary.
I'm Ron. We're both from Cartersville, Georgia originally. We were born and raised there, went to school there.
What world events had an impact on you while growing up?
I guess the Vietnam War would be something that hit most everybody in our age group.
Correct, because that was in 1969, and I was probably soon to be drafted into the Army, but instead I joined the Marine Corps and served that way. So the Vietnam War had a major emphasis or major reason for people to be in the military, obviously, at that time. And so that's how I chose to serve my country during that time.
So then, are there any artifacts here that relate to you being in the war or just like experiencing being drafted?
Frankly, I was fortunate not to have to be in the war itself. I served on this side, but these are my dog tags, which were issued to me in 1969 when I joined, and I was there till 1975.
Are there any stories about famous or infamous relatives that run in our family or in your guys' family at all?
Yes, infamous would be the word. One of the FBI's most wanted criminals was Pretty Boy Floyd.
Yeah.
His name was Charles Floyd, and my dad's name was Charles. They were both named for their grandfather. When my dad was really, really small, the FBI came to his house and asked his mother if she knew the whereabouts of Pretty Boy Floyd, and of course she did not.
So what did he do to be like most wanted?
Bank robber, murderer.
Wow.
And oddly enough, when I was at Asbury College, my roommate knew that my parents had gone to see a movie about Pretty Boy Floyd. I told her that they had gone, and she said, "Oh, he killed my uncle."
Oh, wow. So you had a lot of connections with...
Her uncle or great uncle
Yeah.
was a policeman
Yeah.
in a shootout with him and was killed by him.
Wow.
I don't think she liked me very much after that.
Well, yeah. So the last question I have for you guys is just describing some of the places where you've been happiest. So that could be like when you were in high school, college, like just any time you've been the happiest in your life or past experiences.
For me, that was the first 2 years of college in Tawakona, Texas. Tiny little village in East Texas at Westminster College and Bible Institute, which no longer exists, but there is information about it, the buildings online in Tawakona, Texas.
Wow.
It was wonderful.
So what are some of these other artifacts? Like how do they relate to some of the questions?
Well,
like the rock.
Yeah. Well, speaking of rock, there was a period in time when I was in a rock band, and that would have been probably some of my favorite experiences during the 2 years that we tried to make music. The truth of the matter is we were terrible, but we had a lot of fun doing it. Oh, sorry. We had a lot of fun doing it.
Yeah.
But that was an enjoyable time of my life, at least for sure. And you asked about the rock. This we found in our yard, and our next door neighbor, correct me if I'm wrong, our next door neighbor had one very, very similar to this that he took over to the Etowah Indian Mounds and had it authenticated as something Native American relic, exactly. Now, we never had this one authenticated, but it looked so very much like the one
Similar.
he had.
Yeah.
We held on to it for that reason.
And we were close to the site where the Cherokee lived and the Muskogee lived, close to the river.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Otherwise, nothing else here relates to me so much, but in terms of military history, my dad was in the World War II for a brief period of time. He sold a business he had in Cartersville and joined the military in 1944. Of course, the war ended in 1945. He was not in a combat situation, but having restaurant experience. He was on a hospital ship in the Mediterranean Sea and served as they called him, his title was a steward,
Yeah.
basically a waiter, if you will, or working the restaurant side of that hospital ship.
Yeah.
I still have his original ID badge
Wow.
and his, it's hard to see from here, but his ID card.
Yeah. Wow. Well, that's awesome. Thank you guys so much for your time and answering all my questions. And it was awesome to learn more about our family history.